quick review here. So V8 TSM
Versus
first
TSM.
round in the winners.
And
they
then-
just beat Epic, and also going on at the same time, we also have Curse and Mono going on
Curse
as
and Mono.
well. So, and then whoever wins between Curse and Mono, whoever wins between CLG and V8, we're going to be seeing them battle later on.
That's interesting. I'm excited to see this match because I think the last time V8 did beat out CLG.
All right, so very soon we should be hitting Champ Select. Here we are. We're already in CLG with the first few bans already, and Morgana and Leona being banned out for CLG. Nidalee banned out by V8. They do not want to see Hotshot Nidalee GG.
Definitely, these are really, really target bans. If you know anything about Takashi X, he's been performing really, really well with Morgana. And I don't think, like the thing with banning is you either don't want to play against a certain champion or you try and ban out a certain champion that a certain player is really good at. And Takashi's definitely a really, really great Morgana player. And the Leona ban actually is targeted at Muffin Cutie. If you guys know anything about Muffin Cutie, he's got a really, really mean Leona as well.
We also saw a lot of Morgana during our South by Southwest show matches as well.
Definitely. I saw Takashi pull out, or I experienced his Morgana both matches, and he definitely dominated really, really hard.
And Mundo being the last ban for V8, and Shen, quick pick up for CLG. It worked pretty well for them against All Authority yesterday, so we'll see if they can't do it again. And Jana Udir coming in for V8.
Is this actually the first Mundo ban?
I believe.
I feel like
this is the second Mundo ban.
Second Mundo ban. I feel like he's been chosen almost every single game, and he has performed every single game.
Yep.
So definitely he's a very, very high threat this tournament. He's one of those champions where you get to about 30, 40 minutes, and he becomes just the ultimate tank, and you really just can't take him down, right? With all that CC reduction from his Burning Agony, he walks in, he drops to about like 10, 20%, and then he just walks back out with his ultimate on, and he walks back in at 50, 60%. So he's really, really hard to deal with.
I'm also really enjoying the Lee Sin ban from V8. So far this tournament, Lee Sin is CLG's real big go-to champion so far.
Yeah.
And we see, I think we might be trolled a little bit. I don't know. Are we going to see Malzahar? A little bit. Sona, Shyvana, it seems to be. Shyvana, fantastic. Well, here's the thing. We have Shen, we have Shyvana. We don't quite have an idea who's going top, who's going to be in the jungle.
I feel like most likely it would be Shen in the jungle. No, Shyvana in the jungle, Shen top. Just because Hotshot has so much experience with Shen top, and I really haven't seen him play Shyvana at all. And Saint's been pulling out Shyvana pretty frequently too. So, just based off the team comp, you have Shen. So I feel like Hotshot's going to do his own thing, split push top.
Yep.
And really, with a really, really tanky, highly escapable champion like Shen, it's going to allow Shyvana to not have to babysit him all the time. So he's going to be able to spend a lot more time in the enemy jungler and counter jungling and taking objectives.
Actually, even the opposite may actually be true. If Shyvana does happen to be in jungle, Shen, he'll have his ult, shield, come right in, taunts, whatever he needs to be, and help clean up team fights. And Cog and Ahri being picked by V8. We've already talked a little bit about Cog earlier today. Pretty high win rate so far.
I felt like he's probably one of the highest win rate AD this tournament. Just for my team specifically, we pick him up every time, and it feels like every time we get him, we seem to win, and every time we're against him, we seem to lose. And he's definitely shining this tournament.
And then Rise being considered for CLG. Against Ahri, who performs well specifically against Ahri? We got Vayne also going to be going bot lane with Sona, a little bit extra damage from her aura. Against
Ahri, it's kind of cheating, but GG did pick Rise, and I was going to say Rise is a champion that does pretty well against Ahri. Another one would be maybe assassin type like Kassadin or LeBlanc, but those are generally higher risk champions. Rise is a very, very safe early, mid, and late game pick. So you look at CLG's comp, they're generally very, very tanky champions. Rise is a tanky mage, Shyvana is a very tanky jungler, and Shen is a very, very tanky top lane. So what they're basically trying to do is they're trying to get really, really tanky champions that's going to be up front and provide cover for Vayne. And hopefully Vayne can stop everything.
Vayne will be in the back with Sona with a little bit of extra help. The Sona ult, fantastic as well. And V8 possibly trolling us a little bit more. I'm not quite sure who their last pick is going to be.
I feel like it's going to be Malphite.
We got Malphite for the last pick for V8.
Even though he switched to Mumu, probably thinking about it once or twice, one thing you got to keep in mind is if they're trying to Zerg at Vayne, she's going to pick Cleanse anyways. But she will have Cleanse, and Amumu's ultimate is not going to do much. And even if he follows up with a Bandage Toss, he's going to have the residual CC reduction from Cleanse. So he's not going to be able to be held in place. The thing with Malphite is his ultimate is a knockup. You can't cleanse out of it. So you can get to where you need to get with Malphite. So it's not a terrible pickup. Malphite generally is pretty good against Vayne. In terms of Shen and Shyvana, I mean, he's going to be able to do fine, but definitely he's not running against a double AP, so he doesn't have a whole lot to worry about as Malphite.
So Malphite going to be in the jungle, and we've seen you play Malphite jungle quite a bit in the past.
I've played a lot of Malphite jungle. He's generally really, really strong against a bruiser 80 top and 80 jungler. This is more of a hybrid for CLG, so this isn't the optimal situation to have Malphite. But since they do have a Vayne, and if she becomes a problem, Malphite would be able to deal with her single-handedly. So as long as Rise doesn't stick on Malphite and pull him off of Vayne.
So now we also see Cleanse being picked up by both Vayne and Kog'Maw. So a little bit worried about all of the CC. If they get stunned or otherwise they want to make sure they can get away. Vayne, actually both of them are pretty squishy early on as well. Vayne does have some escapes. Kog'Maw's got the slow. Who's a little bit more slippery?
Who's a little bit more? Vayne is definitely more slippery just because she's got a lot of chasing potential, and she's got the tumble to tumble away. And if she's activating Final Hour, she actually goes invis and drops aggro at the same time. So, with the tumble, with the invisibility, she can reposition. Kog'Maw in general, he feels a little bit slower. He doesn't run away as fast. His strong point is he does have an AoE slow to zone everybody else that's coming at him. So a really, really well-placed slow can help him create distance. But I feel like if it's a straight-up fight, Vayne-Cog, if Vayne gets to jump on Cog, she can take him. But in a team fight, if both of them have really good cover, I feel like Kog'Maw will still come out ahead.
Now I'm also noticing here Muffin Cutie on Janna going Exhaust, Clairvoyance. I mean, personally, I like to use Flash on Janna. If you're in a strange situation, you can go ahead, flash into the enemy team, actually ult, start pushing people away. But why would we take Exhaust over that?
Basically, she's gonna want to protect whoever Zerg's Cog, and really having that Exhaust is gonna eliminate all types of melee damage that's gonna Zerg Cog late game. It's not gonna really benefit her early mid game in terms of laning against Vayne and Sona, just because if she's gonna exhaust Vayne, Vayne's gonna be able to cleanse it. But she's probably thinking more in terms of late game when I ultimate to knock back Shyvana, knock back Shen, and they're going to dash back in with their ultimate or run right back in, and she's going to be able to exhaust him and just help protect the Cog, basically.
All right, game is loading up. Are you guys ready for game number one? CLG versus V8. Let's go. We got both of our teams showing up here. Look at Hotshot right there.
Oh, man. Look at that intense concentration.
The intense concentration right out in front. Got Muffin Cutie there. V8 loading on up into the game now. So for early on. I see Vayne, she has quite a bit of damage output very early on.
Yeah.
Where do you see bot lane going?
I feel like early game, Vayne and Cog are both not that strong. At level 4, I definitely see. It depends on the aggression early. If Vayne can chunk Cog really early on, she's definitely going to have the advantage in lane. She's going to be able to farm pretty freely. Vayne and Sona does not have offensive summoners, so they're already expecting to farm passively until, say, the post-level 6 where Vayne's going to be able to chase down Cog or Cog poke down Vayne. So I feel like in this case, Vayne's are already playing defensive. I don't know if she's going to go aggressive early to chunk Cog because they're not really summonered for that. So the exchange can turn out very, very badly for CLG. So I feel like even though Cog should lose a little bit earlier in the game, he's going to be perfectly fine with the Janna combo because Janna with Cog is actually pretty strong.
So we got both teams now in the game, and actually pings were initially going down right here in the top river around by Baron area, but it looks like V8 will just go ahead, take the top tri-bush. They may go in towards CLG's blue. And CLG looking, they're ready to defend. They're ready to defend the invade, but they're not quite sure where it's coming from. V8 all just gathered right here.
So the thing with this
top.
is, the expectation is they have a jungler Malphite. Malphite's very, very dependent on blue. Oh, there's gonna be a fight here. This is gonna be bad.
V8 we're stepping on needles
V8 left
here.
before they engaged.
But Triescimo going back into the bush. Oh, they see him.
Oh.
They see him right there. No, Triescimo, don't do it. Oh, no. How unfortunate. How unfortunate.
So basically what happened was V8 was trying to play some mind game. There's an expectation that Malphite will start at blue, so they're expecting CLG to invade. And so they camped that tri-brush up top, and they camped it, but they left about 2 seconds too early. Had they stayed in that area a little bit longer, they would have seen CLG move up, and that would have given away the position. Udyr moved back to the right, so when he walked into the tri-brush again, he has no vision of him sneaking into that brush. So it was just very, very unfortunate. I'd say very just bad luck and bad timing on Tree's part.
And even then, considering that kill, everyone got a piece of that action. Everyone from CLG. We got Shyvana got the kill. Everyone got an assist on that. So everyone helped. Everyone got a little bit of credit. Truly, truly unfortunate.
Lane, I feel like even though Tree died, he's not really behind. He didn't miss out on CS. The only thing he's behind on is probably about 40 or 50 XP that Hotshot got, and the maybe 40 or 50 gold that he got. So in terms of top, I feel like Tree is still gonna win top. However, since Shyvana did get first blood, he's going to have a lot of pressure from the jungle.
Coming around, Triescimo being chased into the bush. Saintfish is here to do a little bit extra damage. The taunt going down at Triescimo will be enough. Yes, it will. And Afromu actually in the bot being chunked out a little bit by Chester, being incredibly aggressive in this bot lane very early on.
So like one thing I was talking about is even though he's not behind Shin up top, because...
Oh, unstoppable. Don't. Hot shot. Saintfish is very close. We got the taunt coming in once again. Unstoppable trying to get away. He's already at half health. Saintfish is doing what he can. Unstoppable X will be chased out of his own jungle.
So I think at this point, it's going to be a very, very hard game for V8. Basically, anytime you feed a jungler, I feel like when I play, specifically as a jungler, when I get an early kill, my presence in the game is just so much more powerful. I'm able to counter jungle, I'm able to invade and just kill them every time I bump into them. So at this point in the game, Malphite should be able to do fine against Shyvana in the jungle. However, since Shyvana is 2-0, there's no way. Every time she finds Malphite, Malphite's going to have to run at this point.
St. Vicious at it again. Takashi X, big fat LP splashing in to get the root. Takashi X, it's St. Vicious very close. Ignite going to bring her down to about 120. And there, Afromu also being chunked out huge in bot lane. So Tree, Eskimo, Hot Shot, still duking it out top lane. And CLG, the bot lane, they're kind of really looking for blood here on Afromu. Every time they get an opportunity, auto attacks going straight down on the Kog'Maw.
Like naturally, when your team is winning the game, you just lose so much pressure in every single lane because what happens is your jungler, now that you're down 0-2, he's going to fall behind, so there's no real pressure of ganking. So now Vayne can go as aggressively as he wants, and he probably has no pressure from Malphite because even when Malphite ganks, he's going to be under level, he's going to be under farm, and it's going to take him quite a bit longer, maybe about 2 minutes longer to get to level 6. So there's really no threat in any lane for CLG. So this is really going to be a really tough uphill battle for V8 to come back from.
They've already had Tree Eskimo die twice, Afromu being pushed to tower. Takashi X a little bit paranoid now after that gank, and Tree Eskimo doing what he can, pushing up against Hotshot GG, but we've seen Hotshot farm at tower before. It's nothing really new, and he's just going to be staying top lane. He doesn't really have a reason to go anywhere else unless he needs to ult.
It's generally pretty easy for Shen to farm at lane. You combine his key strike with his passive. His key strike with his Q. I forgot what it's called, but you have those two skills together, and he's going to be able to farm just really, really well under tower.
Ward for Takashi X going into the little Wraith area there, and Afromu has no choice now but to back. He is out of potions. But Tree Eskimo Seals and Hotshot still doing what they can to each other top lane. Let's take a look at Takashi X here real quick. I'm noticing, look at the farm already on Ari as opposed to Rise. 10 up.
I'm actually surprised. I feel like the matchup, with the advantage from Rise, he should be winning lane. But it also, if Ari can land a good E and chunk him, he can put Rise on the defensive really, really easily as well.
But V8, learning from their mistakes, they've got proper ward coverage. They know if they're going to be approached. St. Vicious actually doing what Shyvana does best, counter jungling, taking those raids real quick. But Takashi X being pinged out by CLG to know that Ari's wandering down bot lane, and Chowster retreating to tower. What is Ari going to be doing? Not a whole lot, but top right here, Tree Eskimo up top lane. Taunt again from Hotshot. St. Vicious coming in once again. Deja vu. The exhaust coming in, and Tree Eskimo falls once more. Even with the ward coverage, even with the ward, they can't prevent those ganks.
The thing with Tree is, since he did give up that first blood and the second, he's just incredibly behind. Under normal circumstances, if he's even in farm and he's able to do what he needs to do, the ganks wouldn't have nearly been as effective. But since he is behind, anytime you gank a champion that is behind, it just becomes increasingly easy. So one thing we can continue to look for is just all that aggression up top to keep Tree Eskimo down, because the matchup naturally.
Oh, Takashi getting quite chunked out in mid. The wolf fall back, but in bot, Muffin Cutie does fall. Chester and Double being able to get the last bit of damage, and Ephramu still being chunked as he's trying to get away.
So one thing is the Udyr versus Shen matchup. Naturally, Udyr beats Shen in lane. He's able to burst Shen through his shield and actually do a little bit extra. But since he is being kept down, now Shen should be able to farm pretty freely against him.
Blue buff being passed over to Big Fat. He'll be taking that with him in the mid. Rise, yeah, he does pretty good with mana. Mana's his thing, kind of, almost. A little bit. He could definitely use that to his advantage in the mid. He's still down. Well, actually, no, he caught up pretty quick in the creep score. But Ari will also be looking to get blue buff as well, so she'll be taking that with her as well. But ping going down around Dragon area. We got wards from both teams down there, and Pink Ward actually going down from Unstoppable X will be reducing the vision of CLG in that area. But they know their ward's missing now, so just a little bit more wary.
One thing you can definitely see is just a lot of aggression near Dragon for CLG. Because they do have Shen ulti, he can come in at any point. Udyr does not have ult, and Shyvana has Wriggles. With her Q, she's going to be able to proc Wriggles a lot more frequently, so Dragon's going to come down really, really easy. This is pretty much a free Dragon for CLG. I can't see V8 contesting this, just because bottom loss and just jungle is just so incredibly bad.
V8, they did CV, so they know what's going on, but there's not a whole lot they can do about it, and CLG will go ahead and grab that first Dragon of the game. And Hotshot, Tree Eskimo still around. Unstoppable X and Takashi, they're looking around a little bit in the jungle, but bot lane, we've got Shyvana in wait. St. Vicious being ulted by Shen, going through the tower. Muffin Cutie going down immediately, and Ephramu does not have anywhere to go, but he's chasing after Chowster. Will Chowster live? I'm not sure. 49 health. Gotta run away from that little bug. Just got away. 50 health, being able to eke it
my
out.
heart's starting to worry
Just a little
more.
bit.
I feel like at this point in the game, V8's going to pull out some really, really big plays of the comeback. And really, I feel like that big play is going to have to center around Ari. Just because Ari, I feel like she's one of those champions that when you're behind, she's capable of making big plays. She's able to roam and really just output a lot of damage. So if things are going to go as they are, this is really just going to snowball way out of control.
Wonderful, wonderful moves by CLG. Taking out bot tower 10 minutes into the game. Just if we get more ganks like that, just my heart palpitating so wildly. It's going to be crazy. Chester now defending top lane real quick. Tree Eskimo doing what he can. And Takashi X actually making a little bit of a move here on the Big Fat, but pings going down around blue buff for V8 from both teams. St. Vicious in the neighborhood looking to do something, and Takashi X pushing Big Fat past tower, but right here, Malphite, he realizes his wolves not quite there, knows St. Vicious is in the area, But Hotshot is down here with Aframo trying to chunk him out. Ignite's going down, Cleanse going down. Aframo, will he be able to get away? I'm not so sure. It's one more attack or two, and Hotshot is able to get, but Hotshot, once again, the true damage. Will he be able to finish him off? Shield going down, the shield! That shield, but Ari is here. Big Fat has found Takashi X trying to help, has to get away, and the Dragon coming in. St. Vicious trying to close the gap with Takashi X. You have the ultimate. You're a little bit more mobile. CLG has to back off. Tree Eskimo now defending against a two-man push bot lane. We got a little lane switch action going here.
I think at this point, V8, what they need to do is they just really need to group up and find a pick and take towers. Find a pick and take towers. If they're not able to do that, this game is going to end very, very quickly. Just because what CLG is trying to do is they're just rotating lanes right now. Basically, after they took bottom tower, they sent Shen there because, you know, Shen isn't a great pusher. He's great at holding lanes, and he's great at being in wherever he wants and wherever he ults up. And so,
the ult going down on Triesco from Sona. Double lift, pushing him back to try and get a little bit extra damage. And then Turtle stance. Shield works for Shen, not so much for Udyr. Takashi X now for doing a little bit of free farm, but Big Fat going it back. So now we have two members of V8 having to reassign themselves to top lane to defend against this push. Double lift may also take out top tower as well. There's a little bit of damage going on the tower from a distance. Chester taking a tower hit or two. Meanwhile, Takashi X, while they're being pushed, is going to go ahead and shove mid.
So one thing.
And once again, Hotshot and Aframo duking out down bot lane. And can Aframo get away this time? I think he might just do it, but Ari beating St. Vicious in the jungle. Takashi X is being exhausted. The dash will be able to close a little bit of gap, but now flash in from Big Fat. Takashi X will be able to get away, but St. Vicious taking a rather large deal of damage.
So one thing you can see from CLG is they are like rotating their lanes. They sent Shen bottom so Vayne and Sona can take top. So what you're going to see continually from this point on is what CLG wants to do is they want to extend their lead. They want to get the extra gold, and they want to take down towers as fast as much as possible. So I wouldn't be surprised if Vayne takes top and then rotate mids afterwards. Then take Dragon, because Dragon would be in about that time when it's going to spawn and take that. And just you're going to see continued rotation from lane to lane. Just as the outer tower drops, they're going to be in position to take Baron as well.
Top tower, got about 300 health left on that thing. Double lift can just go in, tumble in, 2-3 shots, and it should be going down pretty quickly. Vayne's actually doing pretty good. Double lift's doing all right. Not too bad for himself so far early on. Tree Eskimo now once again meeting up with Shen, this time in bot lane. And Muffin Cutie Aframo now defending top lane. Tree Eskimo now wandering over to blue. Pretty sure that Takashi X is going to go ahead and grab that, take that wherever he may go. Blue buff not up yet for CLG. Did someone already grab it? I believe. Let me check everyone. Yes, Big Fat actually does have it already. So once again, both AP carries with the blue. And St. Vicious wandering through with an Oracles already. Want to try and take out some of those wards. CLG continuing to push.
Tree. I'm scared for Tree.
I'm scared
for
Tree right now as well. St. Vicious Hotshot. Once again, the taunt. The bear stance is not going to be able to save him. Gets dragoned into the wall by Unstoppable X. Can he save the day? We got the ultimate, but it's not going to be enough. Unstoppable X tried to help, just could not do enough. But what Big Fat LP is here? Is he going to be going around? Is this flash up? No, it is not, but he's got his ignite. We got the taunt once again. They're not going to go ahead and move on. They're just going to wait for this minion wave and push, but in the meantime, top tower does fall. But Takashi X will also take the mid. St. Vicious trying to get away. But V8's in a very precarious situation right here. Malphite has to defend this two-man push. Takashi X is trying to chase down St. Vicious, but it's not quite working out. And they're just taking out this tower straight away. They got enough of a minion wave to do it.
I feel like at this point, each of their lanes is just so strong.
Oh, Ari's here. Are we going to make a move?
There.
Charm doesn't hit anyone, but only one hit on the orb onto Rise, and the taunt going down from Takashi X. He is ignited, will not be able to get away in time. Shen does go down in the process. Unstoppable X will get away. But Tree Eskimo, we got the shield, we got the bear stance. Can we get the damage we need onto Rise? He is rooted. He's in chase, but St. Vicious is here laying in wait. Big Fat, will he be able to get away? We got the Tiger stance. He is rooted once again. Can he close the gap? Big Fat, are you getting away from this? Yes, you are. Tree Eskimo falls once again. 0-6 Tree Eskimo right now. That's gotta hurt. CLG tearing apart V8 right now at every single opportunity. 11-1. They are up quite a bit in gold. It's getting a little bit ridiculous.
It's getting very ridiculous. Right now, I feel like Shyvana is just such a huge threat.
Yes.
She's got so much pressure on the entire map. She's tanky enough, and she honestly can take on anybody one-on-one on V8 right now too. So as a jungler, when you get to that point, you exert so much pressure on the entire map. There is this free global objectives right now.
Takashi X getting a little bit too far out. Chowster now coming from behind. Ult is up. It will go down. Can we get further damage here? The ult does go through the root. Shield from Janna helping out a little bit. Takashi X has really not much of an option. You're gonna get these raids here, possibly gonna back, but we got some pings going on by the raids for CLG. They know she's still around. Ward coverage. That ward in that bush should be taken out by St. Vicious. Still has the Oracle. And once again, Tree Eskimo hotshot bot lane, trying to stop the push, the push as much as he can. But geez, lots of damage coming in from hotshot as well. That bot tower very close to going down. But here, top lane, after move being spotted out by CLG. Not a whole lot you can do there. And now CLG is pinging Baron. I think they might be going for it right here.
It's actually a pretty safe Baron. They do have 2 wards at the choke between Tower and Red and right above Red. So they're going to have an early warning if V8 decides to come. It is a little early in terms of damage. I feel like if they do it, it would put them at risk, but they definitely can still do it. So it's really their call. I honestly wouldn't want to go for Baron for at least another 3 minutes.
Tree Eskimo still trying to duel with hotshot, but the ignite goes down. Don't think he's going to be getting away from this one. The shield just in time. 20 health getting away, but still Takashi X trying to get some damage here on hotshot while he's still around. And Muffin Cutie left alone to defend the mid. Double lift top. Aphromoo and Unstoppable X go around. Unstoppable is here. Can we get the slow that we need? Can we get the damage we need? No. Takashi X once again in mid, getting rooted, taking quite a bit of damage here. Already at half health after 1 Rise combo with fries and drink with purchase. CLG once again, it doesn't matter. They can just push any lane. They got Shen, they got hotshot. Pushing down bot without a care in the world. If he really needs to join the fight, he can just ult in. CLG, they just have just free roam right now.
The thing is CLG does not have a wave clear. So anytime they push and there's a significant amount of players behind that tower, they cannot really dive that tower because they're going to be tanking. And this early in the game, the tower is quite strong. So they're playing a lot safer and they're not taking any big risks.
And right here, they've made sure that the Baron Pit has no wards, and they're going right for it. V8, none the wiser, and ping's still going down around CLG. They just want to make sure they can secure this Baron. It should be pretty easy. And you see Tree Eskimo, he's still fighting with hotshot. They sees the buff pop and realize, oh, so that's what they've been doing this entire time.
This is going to be a 4v1 hotshot.
But yeah, if hotshot
but there is a ward, so he's not too concerned.
Right. And he also still has the ult. He can still get away. He's got Ghost as well. CLG going to take that buff to the mid tower. Should be taking that down shortly with this minion wave. Top lane also, we got a little bit to bot lane. Tree Eskimo has no choice. He has to retreat, and CLG taking down that mid tower. Yeah, look at that minion wave though, pushing top lane though.
It is.
It'll get there. It'll get there.
At this point, getting CS is not CLG's concern. Just considering the gold difference, 300 gold isn't going to make a big dent in
right.
whatever long-term goals they have. What they want to do right now is they want to take full advantage of the Baron buff and take as many towers as they can, because with their team comp, they don't have a good tower sieging comp. So with the extra buff from Baron, it's going to put them over the edge where they can actually take down towers with people behind it.
And once again, after taking both tier 2 bot and mid, they will adjust their attention up the top lane, but hotshot We got 3 members of VA here in chase, and they're just going to let him go. I just realized, what are we doing? Why are we chasing Shen? Top lane being pushed by CLG. They're just going to straight out tank the tower. They are. Let's go ahead.
They're only going to be able to tank it for a good 5 seconds and then want to back out because it's not worth it for Saint to risk losing so much HP.
Yeah.
It was one of those things where I can tank it for a while and then can top off, but I don't really want to drop that low.
It's CLG. They're being spotted here in VA's jungle. They've taken the red. We got 3 members from VA trying to defend top. We got Ahri in the mid pushing as much as she can, but this tier 2 top is going to fall as well.
I can't see them defending this without Ahri.
Ahri,
so if she does not go back, she's gonna lose inhibitor very, very soon.
She's realizing that now, is backing immediately. All V8 will be here soon to defend this push top, but that tower is actually already down. Inhibitor is open. They should be moving towards that right now, but Ahri is here to join the party. Shen is here as well, full 5-on-5 here by the inhibitor. It does go down. Malphite being rooted. And Steel's just going to go ahead and back out. We got a ward down here, making sure we see their movement. CV going down. CLG wants to confirm how many members of V8 are present for the defend. Going to push this minion wave here, but look, all the work that Ahri has done, CLG, their minion wave is already way back here, and Ahri going in on Big Fat, but it's going to be a little bit mistimed. The Ignite going to be going down. Ahri will fall.
I felt like if BF, LP, or if he wasn't that fed, Ahri would have been able to take him, but just all that global gold that he's getting, and with Baron buff too, and it was still a very, very close fight.
Flash ult from Sona getting pretty much everyone from V8. They're just being cleaned up here at their own tower. Unstoppable X falling right down there. Trieskimo, Udyr not being able to do much, and I don't think Kog'Maw is going to be able to do much to defend this either. CLG should be taking this tower, and there's a surrender. GG! CLG coming out in dominant fashion here.
They definitely played very, very well that game. They definitely controlled Udyr top. I felt like that game, if V8 was going to win it, it would be from top lane, and they completely shut down top lane.
So, right, I mean, even though you look at this game, in this game we had 4 of the top 5 used champions so far in this tournament. We had Udyr, Janna, Kog, and Shen.